What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group, and today I want to talk about 5G speeds and smartphones. I want to talk about why there's different levels of 5G. You have different 5G networks. I want to talk about your smartphones. I want to talk about it and break that down really quickly because a lot of us out here are not tech experts. I'm not. We may be a little bit tech savvy, but we really don't understand 5G as consumers. So I just want to break that down if you're confused. So to start things off, let's talk about the three 5G networks that exist within the United States. First, you have the millimeter wave high band 5G network. Okay, this is the fastest network. This is a network which is 10 times faster than LTE. When it comes to latency, it's very low latency. So when you send a message, it gets to a person instantly. When you share a video, it can get to someone instantly. There is no delay. There's no loading. This is almost an instantaneous transfer of data. We don't see that today. We do see lag times, but especially when you're talking about gamers, when you're talking about streaming, this is going to be the best service at the moment when it comes to streaming and transferring your information in gaming without having any latency or any lag time. As of today, the high band 5G network is very limited in its reach. I believe that T-Mobile carries it a little bit, and some of its network is very limited. AT&T and Verizon also use the 5G high band network. However, again, there's limited reach because to experience the fastest speeds, you have to be within 80 feet. That's the estimate, about 80 feet of the towers and pretty much the transmitters. So you can't be far away from the transmitters to experience the fastest speeds. However, even if you are distant, it still means that you're going to get pretty much good speed compared to what's out there with LTE. And usually you'll find this in highly populated metropolitan areas, meaning major cities where there are a lot of people, because obviously that way people can be closer to the transmitters or to the towers. The second fastest 5G network in the United States is the mid-band 5G network. This is a network that's used by Sprint. It's about 6 times faster than LTE, and the reach is a lot broader, so you don't necessarily have to be in an inner city, though there are only several, maybe 30, actually I think it's about 15 markets where it exists today. So if you're on the Sprint network and you have a 5G ready phone, it's likely that you're going to be using the mid-range 5G network. Lastly, you have the slowest 5G network, the low band 5G network, which is carried by T-Mobile and AT&T. This network is about 20% faster than current LTE speeds. Again, 20% faster, but again, you don't have to be 80 feet from the towers. You can have a little bit more distance, which means that this is available in more markets. Keep in mind, this network may be the one network that goes away the fastest, but if you were in a rush to get a 5G phone, this is a network that's going to be used if you're using T-Mobile or AT&T. Now, when it comes to current 5G smartphone, understand that these smartphones don't use all three 5G networks. They don't go from one to the other. Let's say one is more available in this area, then it switches to the other because it's weaker or it's stronger. That's not what happens. As of today, 5G smartphones only use one of these networks at a time. So if you're on the millimeter wave, the high band 5G network, understand that when you leave the service area, you're not going to be able to use 5G service. You're not going to be able to switch because it's, a stronger mid-band service over here in this city or this county. When you're using one 5G network, you're not using the other. That's the current status when it comes to smartphones. However, in the next 60 to 90 days, when we see announcements from Sprint and from Apple in terms of their next generation smartphones, those phones will use multiple networks. They'll go between the high band network and the low band network. And not to mention, if the merger goes through with Sprint and T-Mobile, then you're going to have even broader reach if you're a Sprint or T-Mobile customer, because the expectation is that from mid-grade to high grade to low grade, all networks will become available to Sprint and T-Mobile customers. And the new smartphones that come out will obviously be adjusted or be ready to handle that type of service, going from one to the other. Now that we have more of an understanding of the 5G networks and the different carriers and where things are going, understand this when it comes to 5G speeds. And I'm talking about millimeter wave, high band 5G speeds. If you don't understand how fast, 10 times faster than LTE, what that really means, just think about it from this standpoint. Let me give you an example. If you had a 4G movie, I'm talking about a 4 gig movie, okay, that you were downloading today on the fastest LTE networks, it may take 4 or 5 minutes, maybe even 6 minutes. With millimeter wave 5G speeds, we're talking about 39 seconds in download speeds. That's a huge difference. What that does, that also enables certain tech to become consumer level tech instead of being industry level tech. And what I'm talking about when it comes to driverless cars. Driverless cars need low latency to work correctly. So they need not the low grade or the low band 5G speeds. They need the highest 5G speeds available. And if we're talking about 10 times faster, we're talking about low latency. That's what's needed. If that becomes more widespread, if we see more towers up, so the network by the end of the year is in every major city, it's even reaching some of the suburbs. If you have that, now you have the ability to use more tech in society. Now, when it comes to these robot pets, when it comes to driverless autonomous vehicles, when it comes to drones, when it comes to just robots and AI that depend on fast internet speeds, it'll become readily available and we'll see it more in society because things move faster. So that's what ushers in new tech, internet speeds. If you have slow internet speeds, you just can't get things done as well. You need things to communicate in terms of computers and AI to communicate as quickly as possible. And high band 5G speeds makes that possible. All right, thanks guys for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I want to hear what you think about 5G, how you think it's going to change society, and hopefully this helped you understand 5G, because I know a lot of us out there are kind of confused, or we're like, okay, what's 5G here? What's 5G there? Why are there different 5Gs? These are the answers just to help break that down for you. This is kind of like 5Gs for dummies, and I'm the dummy. So I appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support. And we talk about a lot of things outside of tech. We talk about financial matters. And always remember this. Always remember this. If you're going to use these services, if you're going to purchase certain phones, why not invest in the companies that make them? Why not be a consumer and an investor?